Hello everyone and welcome to Bevins Bricks, and today I wanted to do a little bit something different in the honor of trying to get back into Lego anyway. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I made these trees so you can put them in your city. Coming up. Now, before I get started ripping them apart to explain and show you how and what I did for these, I just wanted to take a really quick second to kind of show you what I got. And never mind the base plate, if you will. We'll call it the base plate anyway. Yeah, the plates anyway that the trees are on, as I only just slapped a few plates together real quickly, just to, so I had something to fasten the trees to. But anyway, what I've done here is I've tried to make one really nice, big, thick, full tree. And then I did one small pine tree and then two little bitty tiny seedlings that were growing up. And the reason I'm doing this is to show you that you don't always have to use these Lego pieces. Now, don't get me wrong. This is my go-to piece when I want to make a tree, as that is the quickest and easiest way to make a tree and to make a very full tree. But this particular tree here, it's simply a whole bunch of these and some tubes, and that's really all it is. What I do is, matter of fact, I'll show you here first, is I take one, and anytime you're looking at one of these leaf pieces, you have the 3 points on the leaf piece, and I always go to the center, and then I take and put my bar, actually it's a tube, and just start sliding them on. And I'll slide the last one, as you can see here, all the way to the end. And then I put a little gap, and let me pull this tree apart so you can see what I'm talking about. Excuse the poor planning of the video. Anyway, as you can see, this is how I start. Like I said, you use one of these little tube pieces and you just start lining it up. And you do the center peg all the way up. And as you're doing it, you rotate it. So that way it stays nice and full all the way to the top. But again, just to show you what is in there, let me slide some of them off. It's just a tube with a bunch of these, like I said, right straight down the middle. And it gives you, as you saw at the beginning of the video anyway, a very thick, full tree. And then after you make 4 of these with about 10 leaves a piece on each one of these tubes, what you do, you get this back over here. Like I said, now mind you, I just pulled one of them apart, so I only have 3. But what you do is after you get 4 of those, you take one last piece of bar, and then you slide 3 or 4 of the leaf pieces, again, this piece here, up to the top, and you leave the bottom exposed like so. And the reason that you're doing that is because the 4 that you have, I quickly paused that so I would have 4 again. But anyway, the 4 that you have, you're going to scoot the leaf piece around, and let me show you on the individual ones so you know what I'm talking about. And the bottom leaf piece of every one of these towers that you make, you're going to use the very longest point, and you're going to put it on this piece, because this is your center, your topper, if you will, for the tree. So we're going to take this pointy piece here, and we're going to slide it on. And I'm sorry, my fingers are not as nimble as I used to be. 2, 3, and last but not least, number 4. If I can get him to turn around the right way for me. And now when you do that, you want to leave, and I didn't pull that one out just as much, you want to leave just a little bit of that tube sticking through the last piece of the plant there. And again, you can see right here that it's all nice and full and thick again. And the reason you want to do that is you're going to take your round bricks, as you can see here. And now something else I want to show you, just for strength purposes. you have to put a bar inside of these to hold the trunk together. And again, here is the bar. Trying to give you a good image of that anyway. And for these bars, because you want to be able to snap it down onto another brick, you always start with one coming up from the bottom, and then you're going to take another one and slide it down on the top. And now that locks that bar inside of those. And then you stack the rest of these plates, or I'm sorry, of these round bricks up like so. And now you have enough hole there to be able to stick it onto the stud. But anyway, back to the point of leaving this little black tube sticking through a little bit. It's because you want to make sure you used the round bricks with the hole in the middle, and that little tube sticking through there will help lock it on like so once you get it. And now you have a very strong tree. Well, I just made a liar out of myself, but it actually is very strong. But anyway, let's put that one back there. And now let's talk about these little pine trees. Now, these little pine trees, again, they are using very common and easy to use or easy to find pieces. And what it is it's just a whole bunch of this modified plate with the little clip on it. So you take a bunch of any color you want. I mean, if you wanted to have a brown pine tree to make it look dead, you could use brown. In this case, I use dark green. That is one of my favorite greens, is this one here. And I'm sorry, I'm having a brain cramp. I don't remember the color at the moment, but we're going to keep going anyway. And then you're going to be using combinations, again, of the round brick with the hole in the center, some of these little round plates, and lastly, these modified bricks with studs on all sides. I used to always call this a headlight brick, but I believe the actual term, if you were to search it out on BrickLink, is a modified brick. But anyway, this is how you get these. And just to quickly show you what I mean, again, there's that little round plate, and that was to give you a little height for it to snap on. But there's the modified plate with the little claw, and then you can see there's the headlight brick. So you put it all the way around like so, as you can see there, and then you put one on the top. Now, what I did with this particular one is you're going to make a whole bunch of these if you want to make a tree. Now, for this one, because I just wanted a little tiny tree, I put that little round plate on the bottom like so, so it gives me a nice clean spot for that to snap down. And all I did for this smaller, the next size up anyway, seedling, is I did 2 of these, but one of them I left that modified plate off of it and just put them together. Put them in, twist them so that way they're not perfectly lined up. And there gives you another one. Now for the bigger tree, because you want it, and I ran out of the modified plate, or I would have made this tree a lot bigger. All you do though is as you get further down and you get fatter in thickness, you would want to take one of these instead of just putting a single on. Like for your next row of tree limbs, you would put one of these there. And then if you wanted to make it even bigger, you would do another one of these, but it would be 3 rows of those going there so that it would stick out like that. And just the bigger you want it to go, you start using more and more of those until you get out so far that you have to start adding those in different directions on that leg as well. But like I said, just for a really quick, small pine tree and to use up some little parts, this is a great way to do it. Let me get that stuff back out of the way so you can see it up close and personal again. Anyway, that is a quick tutorial for that. If you guys need the actual part numbers, I used to give that out in a lot of my videos, and I had a lot of people tell me that it was too much information. So I decided what I'm going to do from now on is just make the video like this. And if somebody can't find the specific part, as always, feel free to ask me any questions in the comments below, and I'm always happy to try and find that specific part number for you so you can actually get it and buy those yourself to make projects like this one here. But anyway, and that's it for this episode of Bevins Bricks. I hope you enjoyed this particular video. I hope you enjoyed these particular trees and that they help you with your mocks at home with your own Lego. As always, feel free to have any questions or comments below in the comments section of this video. And if you get a chance, don't forget to check out my Amazon links, as any sales from those do help support my channel. So, as always, thank you for coming to Bevins Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. And we'll see you next time on Bevins Bricks.